One of the hottest teams in the College Conference of Illinois and Wisconsin, the Carthage Lady Reds, looking for their sixth straight win as they close out the first round of conference play tonight as they host the Carroll University Pioneers. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tarble Arena in Kenosha on the campus of Carthage College. I'm John Weiser, set to call the action tonight as the Lady Reds, 11-5 on the year, take on the 7-9 Pioneers out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. Lady Reds are alone in third place in the CCIW with a 5-2 mark, and one game behind Illinois Wesleyan and 2 games behind conference leader Wheaton. Pioneers enter play at 2-5 in conference. They are alone in 7th place in the conference standings. Wheaton on top at 7-0, Wesleyan at 6-1 as we get set to finish off first half of conference play. Lady Reds earned their 5th straight win Saturday night in Rock Island, a 73-54 win over Augustana College. Junior Autumn Kalis led 4 players in double figures with 21 points and 6 rebounds. Maddie Kelber out of Indian Trail High School added 17 points, going 4 for 5 from the three-point arc. And Bailey Gilbert chipped in 12 points and was a leading rebounder with 8. Sammy Woodward also with 10 points in that win over Augustana. And Kelber, with 22 points last Wednesday at North Central and 17 on Saturday, was named this week's CCIW Women's Basketball Player of the Week, the first Lady Red to win that award this season. And for the week, Kelber, 67% from the field. She was 12 of 18 in the 2 games against the Cardinals and the Vikings. Well, we're on record watch again tonight as senior Bailey Gilbert is 9 points away from becoming only the 23rd player in Lady Reds history to reach the 1,000-point mark, as she would love to take care of that tonight in front of family, friends, and the home crowd here at the Tarble Arena. It's my understanding if that does happen tonight, the next dead ball after that happens, there will be a time to recognize her on the court here this evening. Well, the Pioneers, they are a young group here, freshmen and sophomores on this team for Lindsay Schultz. There are no upperclassmen on this team, and because of that, they have struggled here the last couple of years. Carroll is 8-31 through the 2.5 seasons since rejoining the CCIW, including a 1-15 inaugural season in 2017. They're in the midst of a 3-game losing skid. They dropped a 1-point game at home to North Park on Saturday. However, Sierra Gruber hit for 30 points in that loss, going 11 of 18 from the field and 8 for 9 at the stripe. Alyssa Cruz collected 21 points, and Katie Rossetti, the leading rebounder for Carroll, collected 8 boards in that ball game. Gruber leads the team in scoring at 11.4 per game despite missing a couple of games, and she's only been starting the last 3 games or so she will be a factor tonight. Cruz is second on the team in scoring, averaging 10.4 points per game, and Rossetti averages nearly 7 boards per contest. That is good for 4th in the CCIW. Pioneers rank 6th in scoring offense. They average 64 points per game. They're 4th in scoring defense, allowing 66 per game. And they are hitting 39% from the field, and teams are shooting 40% against them. The main problem for the Pioneers is turnovers. Being a young team, that usually is the statistic that leads to losses, and they are leading the conference in turning the ball over at nearly 20 per game. Lady Reds are 30-25 all-time against the Carroll Pioneers, and they have not lost to the Pioneers since they've rejoined this CCIW, this current situation. So it'll be the Lady Reds and the Pioneers tonight from the Tarble Arena. When we come back, we'll visit with head coach Tim Bernero and get his thoughts on tonight's ball game as our pregame continues on AM 1050 WLIP. Tarble Arena tonight, Carthage Lady Red basketball. Lady Reds going for their 6th consecutive win as they take on the Carroll University Pioneers. I am joined now by Lady Reds head basketball coach Tim Bernero. And hey, Coach, I'll tell you, the travel issues we had Saturday, I was impressed with, particularly with that first quarter the Lady Reds put together. And I think caught Augustan a little bit flat-footed Saturday and continued that all the way through for a good portion of 4 quarters of basketball.
Yeah, the fact that we made shots early is a momentum builder all the time. So we shot the ball well, but all the way through for 40 minutes, we were pretty attentive defensively. We made it really difficult. You know, I was as pleased as I've been all year as far as from start to finish on how we executed what we practiced a couple days leading up to that. So the girls did a great job of that. You know, we were kind of got that first burst and then held them at arm's length for the rest of the game, and it really wasn't that close a game.
You mentioned, it might have been the pregame, we might have been just talking about it, that you felt really that's the growth area of this team over the last 5 or 6 ball games has been the defensive effort.
Yeah, it's the attention to it. I mean, we're athletic enough and we've got enough size that we can do a good job of it. We sometimes don't prioritize it, and then all of a sudden it bites you in the tail, and those are things you can't do, especially against better teams. And a team like Carroll tonight has some really potent offensive players individually, and you usually guard individual good players with a team effort, and that's what we did to Anderson and Jones at Augustana, and we're hoping to do that again tonight.
Maddie Kelber got off to such a hot start. I think she made her first 3 baskets.
Seeing the ball go in the basket, I think we've struggled a little bit with finding the best way to do that. I mean, if you can get an easy one by getting to the rim, that makes the basket seem real big. And my fear is always that we start firing from the outside, and like for example on Saturday, if those shots don't go in, now you're struggling to score points. So the balance that we can exhibit by having those guys, like Maddie gets that little pull-up jump shot going, she's really tough to stop. She got one of those early in the game. Then the 3-pointers kind of came off of that. I think they feed off each other so well, and if we can kind of, counter-punch people to where they're not just sitting on the 3-point shot, we become that much more dangerous.
Her efforts in the last 2 ball games led to her being named the Women's Basketball Player of the Week this week in the CCIW. I think the First Lady had to get that honor this year.
Yeah, it's been a tough one to get. The funny thing for us is that we've got a pretty good basketball team, and we're so balanced, and we've got 4 kids averaging between 11 and 13 points a game. So, not that they're inconsistent, but we don't need just one person to go get 25, 20, where you amass those awards. And the other thing is that I think there's a lot to be said that when you get on a streak like we're on right now, and if you're winning, the winning teams usually get the accolades too. So it comes along with the team success. But Maddie had two very solid games that helped us win 2 very important games.
One other individual that could have a record night tonight is Bailey Gilbert. She's 9 points away from 1,000 in her career.
Yeah, just such a consistent performer all 4 years. This year she might be scoring a little less because we've asked her to do other stuff, but she's capable of blowing up and getting 20, 25 points at any minute. So. Yeah, hopefully she gets to do that on the home court, and it's an honor she deserves. It puts her. When these things come around, I go to my mind and the kids that have done it before her in my tenure. Corcoran and Schmidt and Jackson. Jacqueline and some of those people that where you go. It gives you good memories that way. And Bailey will be remembered that way after she's done at the end of this year as one of a solid, very high-level player for 4 years.
Your opponent tonight comes in with a record of 2-5. The Carroll Pioneers 7-9 overall. Young team, all freshmen and sophomore on this team, so she's growing. Coach Schultz kind of growing this program here right from scratch.
Yeah, when she took over, they didn't leave her a lot to work with, and she had to jump into the CCIW all at the same time. So they're recruiting hard, obviously, and they've got some quality players. Their experience isn't what some of the other teams in the league are. But having said that, was it a week or 2 ago, they were 2 ahead at halftime at Wheaton, which we weren't. And so they're capable of being pretty good. We used to kind of joke about teams that are young, especially with a lot of freshmen. They probably don't. If you asked them to name all 9 teams in the league, they might have a hard time, or they don't know. They don't know who's good or who's bad or where we're going or where the other schools are located. They're just going to go play, and it's our job to kind of get to them first, put some doubt in their mind on the road, and then do what we did the other night at Augustana and kind of keep the pressure on for 40 minutes.
What's on Bernero's blackboard today? How do you draw this one up for a victory?
I think staying tied together defensively. They've got one really good 3-point shooter that we've got to take out of the game a little bit, and then cover the other people that we've gone over the last couple days. And then our offense is a lot of reading, so people play it differently. Augustana chose to play it differently, and that was to our benefit. We'll see how Carroll plays it. I know they played it last year, so we've prepared that way, but we'll get opportunities to make decisions, and hopefully we make the right decisions and get the right shots, because when we do that, we're pretty good.
Last one of the first 8 here, and from now on, as you said, the visual test is over.
Yeah, we're already kind of going ahead. Casey was putting together tape for tomorrow for Milliken, and she said something about the kids will be they'll really see something, because they'll see themselves in it and go, oh, I could have done that, or I should have done that. So, it's a lot easier to make that differentiation when it's you and your teammates versus somebody else that might play a little differently. So, after tonight we can stop for a second. Everybody can measure up how the first half went, and then you spin right into the second half on Saturday.
Keep it going. Good luck tonight.
Okay, thanks, John.
Head basketball coach Tim Bernero joining us on our pregame. The Lady Reds getting set to entertain the Carroll Pioneers. We'll have the starting lineups and tip-off of our ball game right after the 60 break on AM 1050 WLIP.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tarble Arena for this evening's women's CCIW basketball game between Carthage College and Carroll University. The NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and fans.
Back with you live at the Tarble Arena. We're just about set for our starting lineups, but first we're going to pause for our national anthem.
The CCIW and Carthage, thank you for your cooperation. Please direct your attention to the American flag at the north end of the arena. At this time, please remove your caps and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem by the Carthage Prep Band.
Carthage College Pep Band with our national anthem tonight from the Tarble Arena in Kenosha. Time now for our starting lineups. We head to the PA announcer, John Rodebach, tonight here at the Tarble Arena.
The Carroll Pioneers with a 2-5 CCIW record and a 7-9 overall. And your Carthage Lady Reds with a 5-2 CCIW record and 11-5 overall. Let's meet the Pioneers. A freshman forward, Kayla Stefke. A freshman guard at 5'2", Teresa Wisher. Freshman guard, 5'9", Sierra Gruber. A 5'5" freshman guard, Elisa Cruz. A 6'2" sophomore center, Katie Rossetti. The head coach of Carroll University is Lindsay Schwartz. Are you ready? And now, introducing your Carthage Lady Reds. At guard, a 5'8" senior from Sycamore High School in Sycamore, Illinois, number 25, Bailey Gilbert. At guard, a 5'7" junior from Prairie School, hailing from Franksville, Wisconsin, number 4, Sammy Woodward. At forward, a 5'10" senior from Wilmot Union High School and hailing from Genoa City, Wisconsin, number 3, Rachel Sidlowski. At guard, a 5'8" junior from New Trier High School and hailing from Wilmot, Illinois, number 22, Autumn Kalis. And at guard, a 5'7" junior from Indian Trail High School in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, number 13, Maddie Calvert. The head coach for the Lady Reds is Tim Bernero. Coach Bernero is assisted by Casey Keller and graduate assistant coach Gracie Sanchez.
So it'll be Stefka, Wixer, Sierra Gruber, Alicia Cruz, and Katie Rossetti for the Carroll Pioneers. Sidlowski, Woodward, Calbert, Kalis, and Gilbert for the Lady Reds. Glad you're with us tonight for Carthage Lady Red basketball on AM 1050 WLIP, along the audio stream at WLIP.com, and for those of you viewing on the live.carthage.edu video stream. Carroll, the orange jerseys, orange shorts, trimmed out in white and navy blue. Lady Reds, the white jerseys, white shorts, red numerals, red lettering. Sidlowski will jump center against Rossetti. Reds looking for their 6th consecutive win to close out the first round of the double round robin in the CCIW. And the opening tap brought down by the Lady Reds and Calbert. Carthage working it left to right if you're viewing this on the live.carthage.edu stream. Sidlowski in the low post, going hard to the basket, lost it, goes out of bounds. It'll be Carthage remaining possession here. Kalis will get it in quickly. Calbert in the paint, fires up, missing. And the rebound cleared out of there by Stefka. Freshman out of Johnsburg, Illinois. This will be Cruz now working the point. Alyssa Cruz gives it off to Teresa Wixer. Out of Brookfield Academy, a freshman. Looked it inside, looking for Rossetti. Broken up by Sidlowski. However, picked back up by Carroll. They get it outside for the three, and Stefka missing. And the rebound to the Lady Reds. Woodward will take it out of the crowd. Sammy Woodward across to Kalis. Kalis pull up 20-footer. Too strong. Ball loose inside, and it's taken away by Carroll. Lady Reds 0 for 2 so far tonight in this first minute. Loop it down low, banking it, count it, and one on the bank shot low left to Stefka, who was fouled, and she'll get to the line to complete the three-point play. So Stefka hitting the first basket tonight. Foul will go on Bailey Gilbert, her first. And at the line is Stefka. And that one crawls off no good. Remains 2-0 Carroll as Lady Reds bring it up. Sammy Woodward across midcourt. Working to the right wing, hands it off to Kalis. Back up top to Kelber, left side now to Gilbert. Gets a screen from Sidlowski, works off that screen. They double team, down low to Sidlowski, back out to Kalis. Three on the way out of the left corner is good. Good way to work the double team. They immediately double teamed Bailey Gilbert, and that allowed Sidlowski to be open in the paint, and then she kicked the ball back out to the corner, and Kalis able to drop in the three, the first lead for the Lady Reds at 3-2. Little 1-2-1 trapping pressure, and they force the turnover as Sidlowski takes it away. Woodward driving all the way to the basket, gets to the rim. Oh, it bounced off. Rebound, Sidlowski had it, lost it, rolls out of bounds off of Sidlowski. It'll be Carroll ball. Tough break for Woodward. She is able to penetrate down the left side, got to the left block, and tried to finish low left, and the ball danced off the rim and fell out. Pioneers will bring it up. 8:20 to go, first quarter, 3-2, Lady Reds. Trying to work it inside, they turn it over again. Wixer looking for Gruber that time, could not get a handle on it. It's their second turn in 4 possessions tonight now for Carroll, as Kalis will bring it up. He'll get it quickly across, hands it off to Kalber. Kalber thought about the three, reloads to Woodward, reversing right side Gilbert. Takes the dribble back up top, trying to get around. We got a whistle and a hold. Katie Rossetti that time holding up, impeding the dribble drive that time of Gilbert. Picks up the foul. Rossetti's first on Carroll. Redmen are in Naperville tonight, taking on North Central. They trail early in that one, 5-2. Taking on the Cardinals tonight. Kalis, the pull-up shot, missing. Rebound, Rossetti clears it out. Cruz down the floor, again turns it over. Kalber able to save it, right in the hands of Gilbert across midcourt. Gilbert on the drive. Kick to the right corner for three by Kalis. Good. Autumn Kalis with all 6 of the Lady Red points. They lead by 4. 7.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. And they try the trap again, and they nearly force the turnover again. A little something in the repertoire here of the Lady Reds. Again, a team that turns it nearly 20 times a game, trying to go for a little press, and now they turn it over again up top. Kalber on the steal. Kalber down the right side, will bank it off and in. Alyssa Cruz had the dribble, lost it. Kalber was able to pick it up and lay it in. 8-2 Carthage. Again pressing in the back court. They get it across, nearly threw it away. They did. On the sideline was Wixer, and she turns it over. Emily Majerus will check in now, a 5'8 sophomore out of Plymouth, Wisconsin. And no, I checked, she is not related to the late Rick Majerus. I do my homework. Asked a few questions before the game, you get a couple of answers. That was the first one that jumped out at me. Any relation to the Rick Majerus family? They said no. Kalis now on the drive from the right side, pulls up, right baseline, in. And a timeout, Carroll. 10 straight for the Lady Reds, a 10-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. And Autumn Kalis, 4 for 4 from the field, has all 10 Lady Red points. And Carthage forcing turnovers here, 4 of them now, make that 5 committed by the Pioneers, 4 by Alyssa Cruz. The freshman point guard out of West Alice Hale High School. 10-2, Lady Reds were early. Again, Bailey Gilbert needing 9 points tonight to crack the 1,000-point club, become the 23rd Lady Red player to score 1,000 or more points. Again, they are able to break the press. Handling the basketball now is Majerus. She'll play point. Nearly turned it over, got it into Rossetti. Back down low, high post, low post, and able to dribble through was Kayla Stefka for the layup low left. Stefka has all 4 Carroll points. They work it inside. Sidlowski back out to Kalis, around to Kalber. Straight on 3 for Kalber, no. Rebound, Rossetti inside, clears it out for the Pioneers. To Majerus, and she threw it away. She was trying to lead Gruber that time on a 2-on-1 fast break and threw it past her. 6 turnovers now by Carroll here in the quarter. Kalis in the backcourt. Able to get it across past Wixer. To Woodward, to Sidlowski, back to Kalis on the left wing. Autumn now to Gilbert for 3. On the way, no. Rebound inside by Selena Schwantes. Schwantes in there now, a 5'11 freshman out of Pewaukee. On the drive, Majerus, and she got the dribble penetration below the free throw line. Drew the foul. She will get to the line. Foul will go on Sidlowski. Second team foul. Emily Majerus at the free throw line, 72% on the season. Comes up empty on her first attempt. Majerus out of Plymouth High School, missed both. The rebound to Gilbert. 5.5 minutes to play first quarter. 10-4 Lady Reds. A 10-2 run here by the Reds over the last 3+ minutes. Kalis now up top to Gilbert. Works the dribble below the free throw line. Kick to the left corner. 3 on the way by Kalber, short. Rebound though, Bailey Gilbert. That's something she's been doing a lot of recently, and that's collecting rebounds. Averaging 7 per game the last 3 out. Gilbert now on the left wing. Penetrates below the free throw line. Runs up right side. Laid it short. Battle for the loose ball inside. Whistle and a foul. It's going to go on Berrigan. Berrigan, who just came in to replace Sidlowski, commits the foul, her first. 3rd team foul. Again, in women's college basketball, 4 team fouls per quarter. The 5th foul, and the other team shoots 2 free throws the rest of the quarter. Schwantes now works it off near wing to Majerus. Little head and shoulder fake on the drive. Gruber puts it up, missing. Rebound inside. Gilbert trying to save it, could not. Stepped out of bounds with it. Carroll will maintain possession underneath. Kick it back out. Up top it'll go now to Stefka. She has all 4 of the Carroll points thus far. Carroll dressing only 9 players tonight. They're short due to injury and illness tonight. And they kick it back out. 3 on the way. That one's no good by Stefka, and the rebound by Berrigan. To Kalis across midcourt. Bounce feed to the right corner. It goes to Gilbert. Gilbert on the drive past Stefka. Reversing back to Berrigan. Puts it up. Drew the foul. Gilbert took that dribble drive all the way through the paint underneath the basket from right block to left block, then turned and delivered a pass to Berrigan. And on her attempt to the basket was fouled by Stefka, her first. 2nd team foul, and Berrigan on the line for 2. First one up and in. Maggie, an 80% free throw shooter on the year. Had 22 against Ohio Northern earlier this season. Missed the second. Carroll will bring it down. 11-4, Reds by 7 here with under 4 minutes to play first quarter. Cruz now back up top to Wixer. Back to Cruz, Alyssa Cruz. Cross court into the left corner, it goes to Stefka. Back up top, 3 on the way by Majerus, rolls out. The rebound to Berrigan. Now Kalis across midcourt, back to Berrigan. Back out to Kalis, reversing left side to Kalber. Gets a ball screen from Berrigan, now to Kalis again. Left corner, fake the shot, now passes it off to Gilbert below the free throw line to the right block. To Woodward, cutting through the paint, missed the shot. Berrigan able to save it, but did not. Actually, a late whistle underneath. She stepped out of bounds as she was trying to pass it off to the right corner to Gilbert. Calber will come out. Haley R. in, the 5'11 sophomore out of Woodstock North High School. R. her 14th game this year. She missed the first couple of ball games due to injury. Majerus dumps it down low. Nice pass by Majerus to the open look inside, and the finish by Rossetti. The 6'2 sophomore Rossetti out of Wakanda cuts it to 5 here, 11-6. Redmond have gone up over the Cardinals 17-15 midway through the first half down in Naperville tonight. Berrigan now tried to pass it off to R. It was blocked inside and taken away by Carroll. Nice job by Selena Schwantes that time to get in front of that one. 3 on the way is no good. Kalis poked the ball back out to midcourt, picked up by Cruz. 2.5 to play, first quarter. Reds up by 5. Carroll 1 for their last 6 shooting the basketball. They look inside, we got to travel. Rossetti took some steps that time. As Gabby Atkins will check in for the first time. Atkins, a 5'5 freshman out of Southern Door High School. 2:15 to play, we're in the first quarter. 11-6 Carthage. Berrigan, the 20-footer off the left side, able to bury it. Her first points tonight from the field. She has 3. 13-6 Reds. Again, they press here. Atkins gets it across. Works it back to Majerus. Now off to Schwantes. Try to look inside to Rossetti. Broken up by Berrigan and taken away by Haley R. Nice job by Berrigan to drop down and intercept that pass. Woodward now. Pull up in the paint. Back iron miss. Through R. Back to Woodward. Now back out to Kalis. To Berrigan. Now in the hands of Bailey Gilbert. Now Woodward will handle it. Up top to Autumn Kalis for 3. Knocks it down. Autumn Kalis red hot. 2 for 3. Make it 3 for 3 now from the 3-point arc. 11 first quarter points for Kalis. 16-6 the lead back to 10. Cruz for 3. Got it. Alyssa Cruz off the left wing. It's enough of a space there between her and the Lady Red defender. Able to knock that one down. 16-9, lead at 7 as we go under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Gilbert left side. Working on Majerus, puts it on the floor. Now drives the basket, curls around right side, missed the shot. Thought she was fouled, didn't get the call. Cruz comes out of it. Long dribble drive, looking underneath. Lost the ball though, was Atkins, couldn't corral it. Now Woodward will bring it back up. 38 seconds to play in the quarter. Woodward cross to Kalis. Back up top to R. Around the right side to Gilbert. Jab step, now drives with the right hand. Gave up. Pass down low to Berrigan. Right side, missed the shot. Rebound through the hands of Berrigan. She was knocked to the floor. No call. Carroll comes away with it. Pioneers across midcourt and Cruz. To the corner for 3 by Atkins on the way. That's an air ball miss. Picked up by Rossetti. Back out to Majerus for the 3. That one goes. Good job by Rossetti inside on the offensive board. She found Majerus alone for the 3. Final seconds here. Woodward will not get it off as time expires to end this first quarter. The Carroll Pioneers, down by as many as 10, have come back to cut it to 4 here at the end of the first quarter. Lady Reds 16, Carroll 12. We'll pause for a 60 break. Back with second quarter action after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Pioneers with the ball to start this second half. Amanda Hooks in there now, a 5'10 freshman out of Homestead High School for the Pioneers. It'll be Cruz, Rossetti, Schwantes, Majerus, and Hooks out there for Carroll. They work it right to left. Cruz on the drive, kick back to the arc it goes. Gruber pulls up and hits at the free throw line. Took the dribble in, and it's a 2-point game. 16-14 Lady Reds. Michaela Giamarino handling the basketball, checking in here for the first time. She, along with Kalber, R, Berrigan, and Gilbert on the floor for the Lady Reds. R with it on the right wing. Pulls up, 20-foot shot, no. From the right side, tip out by Berrigan, picked up by Gruber. Had 30 in the loss to North Park on Saturday. Now in the hands of Hooks, back up top, it'll go to Cruz. Alyssa Cruz working the dribble. Kalber steps out on her, shot clock down to 10. Lost Kalber, now on the drive, dumped to the corner. Faking the three, now driving in. Hooks puts up the jump shot, no, and the rebound, a foul on Bailey Gilbert inside. She went over the back that time of Selena Schwantes. Sidlowski will check back in for the Lady Reds, replacing Berrigan. Cruz to trigger the inbound. Gets it in quickly. Quick three on the way. That's an air ball miss, and that'll be Carthage ball as it was tipped out on the rebound attempt by Gruber. And they got Gruber going over the back. So Carthage will bring it up in the backcourt. Each team with a foul here early in the second quarter. Reds a 10-point lead, now down to 2. Carroll an 8-0 run here on the Lady Reds. Gilbert up top, alone is Kalber for three, no. Rebound, Sidlowski couldn't corral it, taken away by Cruz. Cruz down the floor, on the dribble drive, past Giamarino, missing, are able to get the rebound. Back out to Gilbert. Gilbert racing the floor. Gilbert with the run up right side is good. Bailey Gilbert, her first points tonight. Able to lay it up and in from the right side, 18-14 Reds. 7 points away from 1,000 is Bailey Gilbert. North Central with a 2-point lead over the Redmond down in Naperville. 6 minutes to go in that one in the first half. Shot up from the corner, no good. Giamarino with the rebound for the Lady Reds. Wixer that time. That right corner jumper, unable to go down. Giamarino now on the right side. Up top to R, looking down low to Sidlowski. Broken up out of bounds, and they say Sidlowski last to touch it. Good job inside that time by Schwantes to knock that one off of Sidlowski on the way out of bounds. Woodward in there now, replacing Haley R. With it now on the wing, Gruber. Back up top to Cruz. Cruz got away with a walk there. They work it inside. Rossetti through the paint. Back out it goes for the three. On the way, that one is short. Rebound pulled in by Sidlowski. Wixer that time, jacking the three from the left side. Gilbert now, top of the circle, and we got a foul on her drive to the top of the circle. Amanda Hooks with the foul. That is her first, second on the team. Cruz will step out now as Majerus comes back in for Carroll. Woodward handles the basketball over to the right side, Giamarino. Now to Bailey Gilbert. Gilbert on the right side. Double teamed almost immediately. Back to Woodward. Back to Gilbert. No help this time. Gilbert one-on-one. Able to get past Hooks inside and draws the foul. Able to do a little spin move at the top of the circle to lose Hooks. Hooks off balance. And then stepping in to help out was Rossetti, who committed the foul, her second. Third team foul on Carroll here in the quarter, and Bailey Gilbert on the free throw line. First one, no good. Gilbert at 12 points per game, a 70% shooter from the free throw line. She will have one more. 220 career three-pointers. That's a new Carthage record. She missed the shot. Woodward got the rebound. We got a held ball, Carthage ball. Woodward able to tie up on that rebound attempt.
Lady Reds ball.
Gabby Atkins and Woodward that time in a held ball situation. Possession arrow to the Lady Reds as Giammarino will inbound. Gets it in left side to Gilbert, pumps the three, got it. Bailey Gilbert with the triple. She has 5 tonight. 4 away from 1,000. Majerus top of the circle with the dribble, cut off by Giammarino. Left side now, Stefka. Back up top to Majerus. Crossover dribble in front of Giammarino. Gets it back to Gruber, caught in midair, fires, missing, got her own rebound, goes back up and draws the foul. Nice aggressive move that time by Gruber. Sierra Gruber, the freshman out of Whitnall High School. Working hard inside, missed her original shot, got it back, and on the way up was fouled. Giammarino with the foul, her first, second on the Lady Reds, and Gruber at the line, missing the front end. Team's leading scorer at 11.4 per game, 44% from the field, 80% from the line. Missed them both. The rebound to Woodward. 21-14, Reds by 7 here. 6:10 to go first half. Woodward to the left side. Looking for some help now, Sidlowski. Cross-court feed to Kelber, driving in right side, traveled with it. Oh, I knew what she wanted to do there. She caught that pass on that right arc, right at the right elbow. Nobody in front of her. Instead of taking the jump shot, wanted to take it right to the basket, but the feet moved before the ball hit the floor. Fourth turnover by the Lady Reds here in the half. Carroll will set it up. Gruber off to Majerus right side. Working on Giammarino. Now feeds Schwantes. Back to Majerus. 3 over Giammarino is short. Got a hand in her face. Kelber got the rebound. Fell down. Sidlowski picks it up. Now Giammarino with it across midcourt. Hands it off to Kelber. Back up top, Woodward between the circles. Gets a ball screen from Sidlowski. Now drives. Jab step. Pulls up. Fires. Missed. Kind of lost control of the basketball that time on the way up. Back the other way is Gruber and draws the foul. Kelber with the foul that time as Gruber just working hard like a bulldog, just take it right to the rim. And this is a young Carroll team. No upperclassmen on this team, just nothing but freshmen and sophomores. Just talking with Kelly Frings, their assistant coach, before the game tonight. He said it's tough with freshmen and sophomores in this league, but the good news is they become sophomores and juniors and seniors if they stay together. Might have something here, build some confidence. They're hanging with the Lady Reds here, down 6 here with 5 minutes to go first half. Woodward through Sidlowski, back to Sid, the kick to the left side. Gilbert for 3, got it! Bailey Gilbert with 8. She's 1 point away from 1,000 in her career. 24-15, Reds by 9. With it now is Schwantes. Gets it back up top, looking for Majerus, broken up momentarily by Kelber. Majerus gets it back. Now hands it off to Cruz. Now to Stefka. Stefka being defended hard by Gilbert. Ball deflects up near the center circle. Gruber pulls up with 1 on the shot clock, missing. Offensive rebound. We got a whistle and a foul. And it's going to go against the Lady Reds, I believe, and Woodward. She came in as Schwantes collected that loose ball at the free throw line, made contact, and committed the foul, her first. That's the 4th team foul on the Reds here in the quarter. Schwantes now from the left side, back up top, step back 3, line driver, missing. Battle for the loose ball. It goes out of bounds off of Schwantes as she took it away from Woodward. It'll be Carthage ball in the backcourt with 4:12 remaining. Redmond up 31-26 over North Central in Naperville tonight. 2 minutes to go first half. Carthage following up a gut-wrenching loss to Augustana. They had the number 2 team in the country on the ropes as Kalis tried to drive between 2 defenders, was fouled. Gruber with the foul, her first. Each team with 4 team fouls now here in the half. Or I should say in this quarter. Woodward to inbound at midcourt. Gets it into Kalber. Kalber directing traffic out there. Dribbled it off her foot and turned it over. Oh my. She wanted to get Bailey Gilbert in, or I should say Sammy Woodward, in a spot on the right side of the floor, and as she was directing it, the ball just simply fell out of her hand, rolled right down her leg and out of bounds. Pioneers with it. Stufka to Gruber. Pull-up jumper, left of the free throw line, good for Gruber. Sierra Gruber, leading scorer in 3 of the last 4 ball games for this Carroll team. She has 5. Woodward cut off on the dribble, lost control of it, tied up, tried to get the pass away, and it was taken away. Hard work on the part of the Pioneers paying off. Nice bounce feed underneath. Schwantes able to finish for the layup. Lead down to 5, 24-19. Kalber now, right side 3, in and out. No good, battle for the loose ball, off of Sidlowski. It'll be Carroll basketball. Pioneers 1 for their last 7 shooting the 3 ball. They trail by 5 here with 3 minutes to go first half. Cruz walks the dribble to the top of the circle. To the right side now, Stefka. Back up top to Gruber. Spin move, free throw line jumper, good for Gruber. She's starting to feel it now. Sierra Gruber with 7. She's 3 for 6 now shooting the basketball. Kalis to Kalber on the right side. Back to Kalis. Now to Gilbert for 3. Got it! And there's your 1,000 points for Bailey Gilbert. It comes, what else? On a 3-point basket. 11 tonight for Gilbert. And now 1,000 in her career. Bailey Gilbert, welcome to the 1,000 point club. 23rd Lady Red player to collect 1,000 or more points in her career in a Lady Red uniform. Congratulations to Bailey Gilbert. Berrigan will check in now. They're going to wave Berrigan in here. Evidently not. Foul on the Lady Reds. This will put Cruz on the line, shooting 2, as that's the 5th team foul. Now Berrigan will check in. She will replace Sammy Woodward. So Bailey Gilbert, 1,000 points now in her career. Second free throw by Cruz, no good. Berrigan with the rebound. 5-point lead here for the Lady Reds with 2:15 to play. Kalis now to Kalber. Back up top, Berrigan. Gets it off to Kalis once again. Kalis now, Berrigan, left side, Gilbert for 3, one more time, yes sir, Bailey Gilbert. Dropping another triple, this time from the left wing. Gilbert now 4 for 5 from the arc. 14 points here in the first half for Bailey Gilbert. Lead back to 8, 1:50 to play in the half. Stufka for 3, that one's no good, Gilbert with the rebound. Bailey Gilbert leads the breakout, leads Kalber down the floor. Kalber lost control, got it back, puts it up, no. Sidlowski going back, missing. Second effort, no good. The rebound pulled in by Stefka. Check that, Schwantes. Outlets to Cruz. Reds with 3 good looks in there and came away empty. Gruber, who's red hot right now, driving on Kalber, lost it. Kalber nearly took it away from her. Back out to Cruz with 10 on the shot clock. Alyssa Cruz back up top. Desperation 3 is no good. Berrigan tried to block out. They didn't. And the rebound tipped out to Stefka. Drove in from the free throw line and drew the foul. Berrigan boxed out, but there was nobody else there in a white shirt to collect that loose ball. And it was Stefka on the hustle that time, able to draw the foul. That's 3 now on Berrigan. She will come out. Haley R. in. Stefka able to drain the first free throw. Second one by Stefka. Rolls off, no good. R with the rebound to Kalis. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Reds up 7. Led by as many as 10 here in this first half. Carroll had the early 2-0 lead, but Reds ran off 10 straight. Opened up a 10-2 lead as Kalis for 3. That one's no good. Ball tipped through Cruz, now loose on the floor. Majerus able to take it away. Outlets to Gruber. Across midcourt with 35 seconds to go. Gruber will back it off. 7-second difference, game clock to shot clock here. They will need to shoot here. Reds will get another opportunity. Cruz working the rhythmic dribble at the center circle. Now driving, Kalis stays with her. They kick to the right side, broken up by Gilbert out of bounds with 12 seconds to play and 5 to shoot for the Pioneers. Majerus will exit. Wixer in. Wixer, the freshman from Brook Academy. Gets it to Cruz. 3 over Kalis. That one's no good. R with the rebound with 8 seconds to play. Gets it to Gilbert, and Gilbert contact in the backcourt made by Cruz, and this will put Gilbert on the free throw line with 5.6 seconds to play. That's the 15th foul on Carroll, so 2 free throws for Bailey Gilbert. Gilbert with 14 tonight, including her 1,000th point in her career as she makes the free throw. Record holder for 3-point field goals. And now joining the 1,000-point club tonight. Second one on the way, good. 1 for 2. 9-point Reds lead with 5 seconds to play. Gruber across midcourt. Gruber from the free throw line, banks it in. Reds unable to stop the dribble penetration, and Tim Bernero stomps off the court into the locker room. Did not like that last defensive set, neither did I. Allowed her to dribble across midcourt and get below the free throw line. 32-25, Reds by 7 here at the break. We'll pause, take a 2-minute break. Back to run the numbers for you right after this on AM 1050 WLIP.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to your Carthage Red Hots, who are under the direction of Amy Melcheski. Coach Melcheski is assisted by Crystal DeBanger.
Sir. John Weiser back with you from the Tarble Arena here in Kenosha. Carthage Lady Red basketball tonight. The Lady Reds up 32-25 here at the break. Carroll got the first points of the game and led 2-0 before the Lady Reds went on a 10-0 run to take a 10-2 lead. They would increase that lead out to 12 points at 16-6 late in the first quarter and ended up on a 6-0 run by Carroll that closed out that first quarter. It was 16-12 Lady Reds after one. Reds built out again as much as a 9-point lead here in the second quarter, only to see the Pioneers once again close to within 4. But the Lady Reds are able to get a couple of free throws at the line. And Bailey Gilbert with a couple of three-pointers. And with her third three-pointer of the night, Bailey Gilbert eclipsed the 1,000-point mark in her career here at Carthage College. And she joins 22 other Lady Red players who have scored 1,000 or more points in their career. Reds were able to hang on here at the end, got one final look. Gilbert at the line went 1 for 2, made the second, and with 5 seconds left, the Pioneers were able to get the ball into the hands of Gruber, and she was able to drive from basically behind the center stripe all the way below the free throw line to get a shot off as time expired and banked it in. She is red hot. She is 3 for her last 4 from the field. And that cut the margin here to 7, 32-25. As we look at the numbers here in this first half for the Lady Reds, they go total of 6 for 18 in that first half, while the Pioneers 5 for 11 in that first half. Reds were 3 for 6 shooting the 3 ball, and that does not look right. I think I've got the wrong stat here, so I'm going to go off of what I have on the live stats here tonight, the printed stat sheet, which is easier to read with these failing 55-year-old eyes of mine. And so we'll look at the numbers here. The Reds went 11 for 30 in that first half, 7 of 13 shooting the 3, and 3 for 6 at the free throw line. Carroll, 10 for 28, 35%, 2 for 14. They're 1 for their last 10 shooting the 3 ball, and 3 for 11 at the free throw line. Leading scorer for the Reds in that first half was Bailey Gilbert. 16 points tonight for Gilbert. She was 5 of 8 from the field, 4 for 5 from the three-point arc, and 2 for 4 at the free throw line. 16 tonight to lead all scorers thus far. Autumn Kalis also in double figures. Kalis hit her first 3 shots tonight. She was 3 for 3 from three-point range. She finished 4 for 7 in the half and 11 points for Autumn Kalis. 3 for Maggie Berrigan off the bench, 2 for Maddie Kalber. Kalber just 1 for 7 in the early going, 0 for 4 shooting the 3 here tonight. Sidlowski, Woodward, and Gia Marino and R all played and did not score for the Lady Reds. Woodward 0 for 4 shooting the ball so far tonight. Meanwhile, for the Carroll Pioneers, they were led by Gruber's 9 points. She was 4 for 7 from the field. She made 3 of her last 4 from the field. 1 for 4 at the line for Gruber and her 9 points. Stefka with 5 on 2 for 7. She's missed all 5 of her 3-point attempts tonight. 4 points for Alyssa Cruz. Cruz 1 for 4, that a 3-pointer. Majerus 1 for 3 from the arc and 3 points tonight for Emily Majerus. 2 points for Schwantes, 2 for Rossetti. And Wixer played but did not score, as did Atkins and Hooks for the Pioneers. Rebounding, the Pioneers out-rebound the Lady Reds 23-22 in that first half. The rebounder for the Pioneers was Rossetti with 5. She averages 7 per game, so she's right there. Leading rebounder for the Lady Reds was Sidlowski, credited with 5, and 4 for Sammy Woodward. Turnovers, Reds with just 6 turnovers in that first half, and that led to just 6 Carroll University points. Meanwhile, the Pioneers turned it over 9 times in that first half, leading to 12 Carthage points. Largest lead for Carroll was 2. That was in the early going. Largest lead for the Lady Reds was 10. That with just over a minute to go in the first quarter. And the Reds lead it here by 7, 32-25. Redmen are in Naperville tonight as they get set to take on the North Central Cardinals, the second place team in the CCIW. And in that one, they are tied at the half, 33 apiece, the Redmen and the Cardinals. For the Redmen in that ball game, Keenan Baltimore with 10 first half points on 5 of 7 from the field. 8 points each for TJ Best and Mike Kennedy, and 7 for Brett Schirach tonight. Meanwhile, for North Central, it is Connor Reardon with 10, Capoletti with 8, and Pollock with 6 for the Cardinals. Redmond 46% from the field, including 5 of 12 from three-point range. Cardinals were 10 for 28 and 6 for 17 shooting the three ball. Redmond led by as many as 5 in that first half, but they are tied with North Central at the half in Naperville, 33 apiece. Other CCIW scores tonight in women's play. At the half in Rock Island, Wheaton and Augustana are tied at 28. Elmhurst with a 46-37 lead in Decatur over Milliken. We will be in Decatur Saturday to take on the Big Blue. And North Central at the half leading Illinois Wesleyan 33-30. That game in Bloomington tonight. So the Titans a little bit of trouble at home against Maggie Bax and the North Central Cardinals, who lead the Titans by 3 at the break. Again, Wheaton in front at 7-0 going into play tonight. Illinois Wesleyan at 6-1, and the Lady Reds are 5-2 in the standings going into women's play here tonight. The last games of the first half of the conference season tonight. And round 2 begins on Saturday. You get a look at the standings. Again, Wheaton at 7-0, 13-3. Wesleyan at 6-1, also 13-3. Lady Reds at 5-2 and 11-5. Augustana 1 game back at 4-3. Carthage holding the tiebreaker on the Vikings, as well as the Elmhurst Blue Jays, who are sitting at 3-4. North Park at 3-5. Carroll at 2-5. Milliken and North Central sitting at 1-6. And again, Saturday begins the second round of conference play, and we will be down in Decatur on Saturday. That'll be a 2 o'clock tip for the women's game, 1:45 our broadcast here on 1050 WLIP, and then a 4 o'clock Redmond game as Redmond and Big Blue will wrap up our play on Saturday. And that's going to be a bit adventurous with the winter storm that's moving through the Midwest. Decatur and Bloomington area expected to get anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of snow between Friday night and Saturday. Well, we're going to have lesser totals up here, closer to maybe 2 to 3 inches here in the greater Kenosha area. It's going to be a interesting drive, and because of that, the teams are going to leave Friday at noon, and we'll bus down to the greater Decatur area on Friday night. So kind of one of those rare conference overnight trips, if you will, to try and beat that weather into Decatur. So as of right now, that game's scheduled to be played at 2 and 4. And we'll see as this next 24 to 36 hours progresses here as to whether there will be basketball on Saturday. We shall see. I want to give a couple of shouts here to a couple of award winners this week on Carthage's side. We mentioned Maddie Kelber getting the Player of the Week honors in the CCIW women's basketball, but a couple of swimmers earning the Player of the Week this week. Tricia Garcia winning her second straight CCIW Diver of the Week honor. She had a season best score of 387 for 11 dives here at the Aquatic Center on the campus of Carthage College, as the Lady Reds defeated the Augustana 195-97. And then sophomore Nick Cerrone was selected as the CCIW Men's Swimmer of the Week out of Inverness, Illinois, and Fremd High School. Cerrone won 2 events, helping lead the Redmond to a 178-96 dual meet over Augustana here on Saturday. Lifetime best in the 500-yard freestyle, 455.82. He took first in the 50-yard butterfly as well in just over 23 seconds. Cerrone rounded out his performance with his best untested 50-yard freestyle time of 22.68 during the 200-yard freestyle relay. So outstanding job by Nick Cerrone, honored this week as the Men's Swimmer of the Week, as was Tricia Garcia, the Diver of the Week for the Lady Reds swim team. We'll pause and take a 60 break. When we come back, second half action from the Tarble Arena. Your score, the Lady Reds of Carthage 32, the Carroll University Pioneers 25. Back after this on AM 1050 WLIP. Both teams up and on the floor, ready to start this second half here at the Tarble Arena. Lady Reds with the lead, 32-25. As we mentioned, they'll be on the road Saturday at Milliken. We'll have a special road broadcast on Wednesday night, the 23rd. We'll have the game between the Lady Reds and Elmhurst College down at Elmhurst, one of those rare midweek road trips. We'll take with that an important game for the Lady Reds before they return home for 3 straight, starting on Saturday, January 26th against Wheaton. Wednesday, or I should say then Saturday, February 2nd against Illinois Wesleyan, and then Wednesday, February 6th against North Central. So your next opportunity to see the Lady Reds in person here at the Tarble Arena will be 1 week from Saturday when they host the Wheaton Thunder here at the Tarble Arena. And again, they've got games left with Wheaton and Illinois Wesleyan here at home. The 2 teams in front of the Lady Reds here as play begins tonight. Carroll with the ball to start this second half. Whisker, Gruber, Cruz, Rossetti, and Stefka for the Pioneers. Kalber, Kalis, Gilbert, Sidlowski, and Woodward for the Lady Reds. See if the Reds can get a little bit more on the ball defense here. Not allow the dribble penetration as they have here in the first half. Shot clock down to 7. Cruz through the paint, tried to dish it off to Rossetti. Was knocked out by Sidlowski with 6 on the shot clock. Pioneers inbound right of the basket. Get it up top. Stefka for 3. That's a wild shot missing. The rebound to the Lady Reds and Woodward. Gets it down to Gilbert. Gilbert off to Kalis. On the drive, Kalis back to Gilbert. Left wing 3. Got it. Kalis with a dribble penetration drew the defense. That left Gilbert all alone for the 3, and the Reds will press once again. They had some success pressing here in the early going, but kind of beat that off. And now they get the traveling call here by Sierra Gruber as they just got it across midcourt, and she shuffled the feet. So Lady Reds were successful early going. That got them out to that 10-2 lead, forcing turnovers off the press. Let's see if they get back to doing that here tonight. Woodward around to Kalis on the right side. Driving in from the right side. Got around to the defender that time in Whisker, and it was deflected out of bounds. Kalis will trigger the inbound left of the basket. Gets it into Gilbert. Turning now, takes the dribble to the free throw line. Now back in the paint, going up left side, banking high off the glass, missing. Sidlowski with the offensive board, banks it in low right. Sidlowski with the offensive rebound and the stick back. Her first points tonight. 37-25 Reds. Gruber spinning, free throw line jumper, missing. Loose ball through Rossetti, picked up by Kalber. Good job by Sidlowski to tip that one away from Rossetti. Leading rebounders in the CCIW. Gilbert across midcourt, hands it off to Woodward. Top of the circle, now right side to the free throw line. Shovels it off to Sidlowski, back out to Kalber, driving in right side. Back to Sidlowski, 12-footer left side, good. Rachel Sidlowski with a jumper and a timeout taken immediately by Carroll. The lead out to 14. 39-25, Lady Reds. 2 minutes into our third quarter. Pioneers will take their second timeout. They have 3 remaining. Nice job by Kalis. Dish that one out to Gilbert. Seen that oh so many times over the last 4 years. The leading 3-point shooter and now a 1,000-point scorer in Gilbert. Carthage now on a 9-2 run going back to the end of that first half. Alyssa Cruz on the dribble drive, got all the way through, dished it off to Rossetti through her hands, picked up by Gilbert. Another turnover, 11 tonight, committed by the Pioneers. They average over 20 per game. Gilbert now, tried to toss it back, it was blocked by Rossetti, and she deflects it off to Alyssa Cruz. Cruz now inside, broken up by Kalis, tracked down in the corner by Gilbert. Nice job by Gilbert to track that one down and save it for the Lady Reds. Kalis across midcourt. Gets it off to Kalber left side. Pulls up, left baseline jumper, good for Maddie Kalber. Only her second field goal tonight. 2 for 8 shooting. Nice to see Kalber get off to a good start here to begin this second half. 41-35. Lead out to 16 now. Rossetti underneath. Couldn't finish right side. Sidlowski got the rebound. It was a nice feed by Gruber that time to set up Rossetti. Unable to finish. Gilbert, they turn it over. Tried to set the table for Kalis. It went off her feet, rolled out across midcourt. The over and back violation. Lady Reds now in a 9-0 run to start this third quarter. And 10-0 run early in the first quarter. Sidlowski able to intercept that pass inside. Gruber was looking for Rossetti. She came back out on the high post rather than the low post. Kalber on the drive. Nice dish low left to Sidlowski and able to finish. Kalber with that hard penetration move inside. Able to dish it quickly to her left, and Sidlowski able to finish. 6 points here in the half now for Sidlowski. 11-0 run to open up the quarter for the Lady Reds. 43-25. Carthage in front. 6:15 to go here in the third. Stefka to Rossetti. Across to Majerus. Looped it back. Nobody home. Gruber able to pick it up on the left wing. Pulls up. Fires short. Inside taken by Kalis. And when she caught that pass, she stumbled out of bounds. Now, that shot did not hit the rim. Did she have possession? Shot clock had reset to 30 and never touched the rim. It hit the bottom of the net, did not touch the rim as Kalis came up with it. The question is, did she have possession? I think they're going to reset the shot clock here. They'll have 1 second to shoot. So let's see, they're going to put somebody on the ball here. It'll be Kalis. They have 1 second to shoot once it gets in. Try and go up top. Broken up by Sidlowski. And they stop play with the shot clock violation. And a good job by the Lady Reds. Another turnover here for the Carroll Pioneers. That's 14 now on the night. Woodward up top to Sidlowski. Around the left side to Kalis. Back up top, Gilbert fakes the shot, puts it on the floor, tried to pass it inside to Sidlowski. It was kicked away by Rossetti. Reds will get it back. They'll reset the shot clock to 15 here with 5:43 to play. 43-25 Reds. 11-0 run to begin this third quarter. To Kalber, left corner three. That one's short. The rebound taken by Majerus. Kalis got popped in the face. Back the other way goes Gruber, and play will be stopped. Kalis might have caught a shoulder or an elbow right in the forehead. She's okay. Gruber now with 11 points. See, they're gonna make Kalis come off the floor here, so Berrigan's gonna come in. Check that. Michaela Giamarino gonna check in for Autumn Kalis. Boy, those are the ones that you don't get the bloody nose, but man, you see stars and your whole face goes numb there for a little while. Brings tears to your eyes. Reds with the basketball here. Sidlowski got bumped off by Majerus. Kick back to Giamarino. She knocks it in from three-point range left side. Giamarino off the feed. Nice job that time. Now the pass inside taken away by Gilbert. 15th turnover by Carroll. Gilbert on the run up right side, overlaid. Looked like she was fouled, no call. Back the other way comes Majerus. No look pass, looking for Stefka. Got around everybody, laid it up and in. Got past Kalber, laid it up past Sidlowski. Now Kalber pulls up for three. Got it, Maddie Kalber. 20-point lead for the Lady Reds, 49-29, 4.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Majerus will set it up. Kick to the corner. Stefka for three. Got it. Kayla Stefka for the triple, and now a timeout taken by Carroll here. They have 2 remaining. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Reds will draw something up here with 4:19 to go here in this third quarter, 49-32. North Central has outscored the Redmen now, 13 to 5 early in the second half. They lead Carthage 46-37 down in Naperville tonight. Women's basketball, Wheaton has taken the lead over Augustana. Elmhurst leading Milliken 69-62 going into the fourth. Illinois Wesleyan has reclaimed the lead over North Central women halfway through the third quarter, 44-37. Kalis back in there now on the drive, missed it but stepped out of bounds. The pass back to Kelber was deflected right back to her as she was standing out of bounds across the end line. For the Lady Reds, their second turnover of the half. Nice job by Sidlowski, got in the passing lane to knock it away from Rossetti. Cruz to inbound, right of the basket. Under 4 minutes to play here in the third, and it, on the run up left side, good, and a foul. Getting to the line is Schwantes. Rachel Sidlowski with the foul on the arm. Her second, first on the Lady Reds. The and one for Schwantes on the way. That one is short. Rebound pulled in by Woodward. 49-34 Lady Reds. A 6-0 run here by the Pioneers. Woodward across the left side to Calber. Pulls up left baseline jumper. That won't fall. The rebound to Gruber. Sierra Gruber pulls up and crawls in. Fell down as she took the shot. Sierra Gruber able to knock it in. At her season average now, 13 tonight for Gruber. She had 30 in the loss to North Park on Saturday, and the Reds turn it over again. Gia Marino and Woodward could not connect on a pass right in front of their own bench. So the Pioneers back on a 7-0 run here. They've cut the deficit to 13. Cruz now to Majerus left side. Inside it goes. Stefka throws it up with the right hand and lays it in. Stefka, little scoop shot low right. She has 12. Lead down to 11 here. 9-0 run for the Pioneers. Giamarino hands it off to Woodward. Woodward back out to Giamarino. Feeds Sidlowski low left. Spins it back out to Kelber for 3. In and out. The rebound pulled in by Stefka. Reds now scoreless in the last 2 minutes. They've gone 1 for their last 4 as they try and work it inside. And the foul called on the Lady Reds. Sidlowski picking up the foul, her third. Tim Bernero protesting, saying, hey, she had her feet planted on the floor. The player jumped into her. That player is Gruber, who's at the line, connects on the free throw. Berrigan and R will check in for the Lady Reds. Rossetti back in, along with Wixer, Teresa Wixer. 5'2" freshman out of Brookfield Academy. Brother-in-law Dave Long, teacher over there. Brook Academy. As Gruber makes the second free throw. She has 15 tonight. Pioneers won't go away. 11-0 run here for Carroll. They've cut it to within 9. Kelber again for 3. That one's in and out, no good. Rebound Gruber. Then it was taken right away by Berrigan to Kelber. Inside to R, low left. Couldn't finish, short-armed it. Barely drew iron. The rebound out by Cruz to Gruber. Going over Berrigan. Offensive. No, they're going to call a block. Ooh, that was a terrible call there. Berrigan had her feet firmly planted. This might be overturned by the official underneath. We'll take one more look. Berrigan was standing outside the halo, and they'll overrule the call. They'll call an offensive foul. The official up top, Steph Stassen, made the original call as a blocking foul on Berrigan. But it was Steve Matuszewski who overruled and made the correct call, as we saw the replay on the video here. And Berrigan had both feet firmly planted outside the halo to take that charge. Lady Red ball, leading by 9. Bailey Gilbert fakes the shot, puts it down on the dribble below the free throw line. Back to the left wing, Kalis for 3. That one's off the heel, no good. And trying to get the rebound was Gilbert. Oh, a big break here for the Lady Reds. That ball went off the top of the head of Gilbert, and they're going to overrule that. That's the correct call there. Gilbert going for that rebound, had it bounce off of her head. She was the last to touch it as she and Rossetti battled for that loose ball. So with 1:41 to play, Reds have gone scoreless here over the last 3 minutes. Carroll methodically on an 11-0 run here, looking to add to it. 13-3 run here in the quarter. Cruz for 3, in and out. Rebound to Haley R. She'll get it off to Bailey Gilbert with 1:20 to go in the quarter. See if the Reds can stabilize here. Berrigan top of the circle. Works it off to Woodward, inside to R. R puts it on the floor and was fouled. She turned as she was going to put a rhythm dribble on the floor and go to the basket. So the foul will go against Weiser. That is her first, second team foul. Haley R on the line, shooting 2. That one's up and in. Second one for R on the way. That one's no good, but Berrigan got the offensive rebound. Back out to Gilbert. Out to Woodward, penetrates. Teardrop with the right hand, won't fall. Berrigan an offensive rebound, puts it back up and draws the foul. Maggie Berrigan, 2 offensive boards on that set. Will get herself to the line here for 2 with 59.2 seconds remaining. Free throw good for Berrigan. Majerus will check in. She will replace Cruz. One more toss here for Berrigan. 4 points tonight for Maggie Berrigan. Make it 5 as she goes 2 for 2 from the line. Lead back to 12 for the Lady Reds. They break the press. They get it down quickly. Rossetti with it. Back out to Majerus. Between the circles, swings it left side, Gruber. Now around to Majerus again on the right side. Reds man-to-man here to Gruber. Gruber working on Woodward, goes up, draws the foul. Got Woodward off her feet that time. Couldn't quite get the spot on the floor to deny her that drive down the left baseline. And so Woodward with the foul, her third. Joins Sidlowski with 3 and Berrigan with 3. And Gruber on the line, connects on the front end. Gruber now 4 for 7 at the line. Following up her 30-point game now with 16 tonight. Makes them both. 17 tonight for Gruber. 10-point game. 52-42 Lady Reds. Woodward off the inbound. Sammy takes it across midcourt. Takes the left-hand dribble, and we got a hand check foul called on Teresa Weiser. That's her second, 4th team foul. That's the last one to give here in the quarter. North Central pulling away from Carthage now, 53-40 down in Naperville. It was a tie game at 33 apiece, but North Central jumping the Redmen. Start that second half. Kalis now out near the center stripe. play it for one here with 10 seconds to go here in the quarter. Kalis knocked to the floor and traveled. Could have been a foul call, but they call it a travel. There was contact. Majerus was fouled by Haley R with 0.3 seconds left. She was behind the arc shooting a three. This will be 3 free throws for Majerus, and you can see the look on Tim Bernero's face at that bench. Head back, shoulders across that chair, just arms up in the air like that's the last thing you want to do. Majerus hits the first of 3. Makes the second. Chance to make it a 7-point game here going into the fourth quarter. And she does. 3 freebies for Majerus, 6 on the night. And we head to the fourth quarter, 52-45, Lady Reds. Back with the fourth quarter after the 60 break on AM 1050 WLIP. The Reds in that third quarter, 7 of 16, 43% for the game now. Carthage at 39% from the field. Meanwhile, Carroll 6 for 12 in that third quarter for the game, 16 of 40, 40%. Carthage with the ball right to left to begin the fourth. Berrigan, Kalis, Sidlowski, Kalber, and Gilbert out there. Gilbert for the 3 attempt right side. That's off the heel, no good, and the rebound pulled in by Rossetti. Whisker, Cruz, Rossetti, Schwantes, and Majerus to start the fourth. Rossetti jump shot from the free throw line, no. Rebound pulled in by Berrigan. Reds led by 20 in that third quarter, but a 13-0 run by the Carroll, including a 5-0 run to close out the third quarter. That's left them a 7-point deficit. The lead to Sidlowski down low right, just fired it up and missed. Majerus able to get the rebound. Nice bounce pass through the hands and out of bounds. Selena Schwantes. She was shooting before she got the ball. Well, Redmen have cut to within 7 now, 53-46. Under 9 minutes to go down in Naperville. A foul away from the play. Again, it's going to be Schwantes inside with the foul. That's her first on the team. Carthage will inbound left to the basket. Kalis gets it into Kalber. Rough night for Maddie, 3 for 13. Hits this time though from the left baseline. Kalber with 9 tonight. 54-45, the lead back out to 9. Near steal that time by Kalber. Able to corral it was Wixer. Down to Majerus, floater with the left hand, and she was fouled. It's going to go on Berrigan, that's her 4th. Maggie Berrigan with the foul, her 4th. First on the Reds here in the fourth quarter, and at the line is Majerus, who closed out the third quarter with 3 straight free throws after being fouled by Haley R. Trying to get off the last shot of that third quarter. Well, Augustana leading Wheaton by 6 in Rock Island tonight in women's basketball. Wheaton 7-0 going into play tonight. Elmhurst with a 3-point lead over Milliken late in the fourth. Wesleyan a 13-point lead over North Central in the fourth quarter. Kalis now driving in left side with some room. Again, hit a wet spot on the floor and lost her footing. Second time she has turned it over on her own volition that time. Earlier she had that play at the free throw line, left of the free throw line, where she kind of lost her balance. She might have been brushed off balance. No foul was called. She turned it over on a travel. That time she tried to make a jump stop on the left block and lost her footing. Gruber now penetrates, throws it up, missing. Rebound Rossetti, back out to Cruz, driving in right side, shovels it to Rossetti, laid it up short and was fouled. It's going to go on Berrigan, that's her fifth. And check it, it's going to be on Bailey Gilbert. Gilbert with her second foul, second on the team. Rossetti at the free throw line for 2. Her first trip to the line tonight, she connects on the front end. 3 points tonight for Rossetti. At her season average with 8 rebounds tonight. Again, this is going to be an interesting team here in the next couple years, this Carroll team. All freshmen and sophomore, no upperclassmen. They've played the Reds tough here. It's a 6-point game. 54-48. Kelber pull-up jumper left baseline, good. Maddie Kelber in double figures now with 11. Cruz hands it back. Wixer back up top for 3. In and out and out. That rolled around twice and fell out. Rossetti got the rebound though. Back out top to Gruber. Back to Cruz. Cruz working on Woodward. Got past Woodward. Lays it up with the right hand. Was bumped off and fouled. Woodward with the body foul that time. That is her 4th. Check that, they'll call it on Sidlowski. Her 4th. So Sidlowski with 4, Berrigan with 4, Woodward with 3, and Cruz nails the free throw. Once again, a chance to cut it to 6 here with 7:10 to play. Second one up and in, 2 for 2 for Cruz. 7 points tonight for Cruz. 56-50. 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Lady Reds with all 5 timeouts remaining. Carroll with just 2 timeouts remaining, and they get the steal. Woodward's pass intercepted. Gruber down the floor. Gruber down the right side. Goes glass, missing. Rebound through the hands of Sidlowski to Stefka. Blocked by Sidlowski. And the shot rejection picked up by Woodward. Bailey Gilbert on the drive. Bounce feed inside. Sidlowski missed the layup. That's 3 times tonight the Lady Reds have missed a 0-footer. My goodness. This time Cruz with a run up. No. Rebound Sidlowski. Clears it out to Woodward. Up the floor to Kalber across midcourt. Kalber now driving in left side. Pulls up left baseline. Counted and one more. Maddie Kalber with a quick pull-up jumper. Draws the foul at the line for the and one. Kalber now with 13. Majerus will check in for Cruz. For Carroll, Haley R. replacing Rachel Sidlowski. Kalber towing the line for the and one. Maddie Kalber, player of the week this week in the CCIW women's basketball, connects on the free throw. 14 tonight for Maddie. 9-point Lady Red lead with 6:10 remaining. Majerus to Stefka. Right side. Bounce feed inside Rossetti. Got around Berrigan, laid it up and in. Berrigan thought she held her ground there. Could have been a little elbow knocking Berrigan off her spot, but the officials let it go. 6 points for Rossetti tonight. Kalber in the paint, pulls up short, rebound deflects out, picked up by R to Kalber. Back to Gilbert for 3, right side, no. Rebound Berrigan, and the tap in low left goes in for Berrigan. Couple of nice offensive boards, first by R to keep that possession alive, and then Berrigan low left on the miss by Gilbert. 61-52 Reds. 5:25 to play. Weiser works it off to Majerus, high left. Now to Gruber, puts it on the floor, lost the dribble, and it's taken away by Gilbert. 17th turn tonight by the Pioneers. 5 minutes to go here in Kenosha, 61-52 Lady Reds. R inside looking for Berrigan, too strong, gets away from her, and Majerus with the steal. Majerus down the right side. Calbert tried to poke it away, knocked it out of bounds. Pioneer will keep possession here left of the basket as Stefka replaces Rossetti. They get it into Schwantes. Back up top, it'll go to Stefka. To Majerus left side. Back to Stefka. Gets past R, going up left side, lays it up and in. Showed the ball right, put it down left, and drove the left baseline around R. 61-54 with 4.5 minutes to play. Redmond have closed to within 5. 57-52 North Central with 6 minutes to go in Naperville. And then we got an offensive foul. Haley R colliding in the paint with Stefka, knocking her to the floor, and that'll go on R. That'll be her second. That's the last one to give. The fourth team foul of the quarter on the Lady Reds. This one not pretty tonight. 7-point Reds lead here as we approach 4:10 remaining. Majerus to Gruber in the right corner, driving in, tried to go up and drew the foul. And once again, Gruber to the free throw line where she is 5 for 8 tonight. 15 for 25. 25 free throw attempts tonight for Carroll. Gruber's free throw up and in. He'll be a star in this league before too long. Sierra Gruber, a freshman out of Whitnall High School. Second one up and in. 5-point game, 2 possession here with 4 minutes to play. Kalber trying to lose Majerus on the dribble. Can't. Nice defense by Majerus. Near side to Woodward, nearly turned it over. Back to Kalber. Kalber now on the drive. Pulls up, left free throw line. Jumper good. Maddie Kalber starting to light it up. 4 for her last 5 now. And Kalber with 16 points. 63-56. Lob inside. They get it to Schwantes. Back to Stefka. Fires up the jumper. No. Rebound. Berrigan had it. Tied up. Possession arrow to the Pioneers. Sidlowski back in with 4 fouls, replacing Haley R. Pioneers to inbound, left of the basket with 3.5 minutes to go. Stefka thought about it, put it on the floor, back out to Majerus, driving top of the circle with the left hand missing. Got her own rebound though. Back up top it'll go. Stefka alone for 3, no. Rebound pulled in by Berrigan. They lost the shooter that time, and the Reds got away with it. Stefka all alone, top of the arc. She'll make more than she misses there. Sidlowski now around to Kalber. To Gilbert for 3. Got it. Gilbert for the triple. Gilbert now with 22 tonight. 10-point Lady Red lead with 2:50 to play. Cruz around Kalber. The kick to the corner. 3 on the way. That one's no. Stefka with the rebound. Back to Majerus, to Cruz, top of the circle. Tried to force it inside, broken up by Berrigan nicely. She was expecting Schwantes to cut inside, did not. Berrigan knocking it out of bounds. Weiser back in, along with Rossetti for Carroll. Lady Reds up by 10 with 2:35 to play. Gruber, bicycle dribble up top, now turns in the paint, tough shot and hits. Oh, she had 2 Lady Red players on her that time, and she turned to 180, able to dump that one in. 22 tonight for Gruber. Kalber with the run up, blocked inside by Rossetti. Back come the Pioneers, Cruz with it now. Kalber late to get back, they get it inside. Schwantes traveled with it. Huge break for the Lady Reds there. Berrigan Tried to poke that one away from Schwannis on the right block. Could not connect. Turns it over. 18th turn tonight by the Pioneers. 2 minutes to play, 66-58 Lady Reds. Kalber here on the left wing. Up top to Woodward for three. No. Battle for the loose ball, and it goes off of Berrigan out of bounds. Carroll possession here with 1:49 to play, trailing by 8. Lady Reds just 1 for 7 shooting the three ball here. Driving in Gruber, free throw line jumper, crawls off, no. Berrigan able to collect the rebound. She'll try and dribble out of trouble, hands it off to Woodward with 1:35 to play. Kalber across midcourt. Keep it in her hands if you can. And a timeout taken by the Lady Reds. Good call here for Tim Bernero. It'll be a full timeout. We will keep it here with 1:28 remaining. We'll reset it for you here. Carthage up 66-58. Carroll in the bonus. Carthage with 5 team fouls here, so any foul committed by the Lady Reds will put the Pioneers on the line for 2. Pioneers with only 2 fouls, so they've got 2 to give here. Possession arrow favoring the Lady Reds. Reds now with 4 timeouts remaining. Carroll with 2 remaining. Augustana and Wheaton tied at 49 with under a minute to go in Rock Island. Elmhurst pulling away now late, 92-85 over Milliken. And Illinois Wesleyan maintaining a 11-point lead now with 3 minutes to go down in Bloomington. Redmond trailing with under 4 minutes to play. They're down 8 to North Central. Connor Reardon with 23 to lead the way for North Central. Baltimore with 14, make it 15. And Mike Kennedy with 13 for the Redmen. Carthage possession here for the Lady Reds. Woodward, Kalber, Kalis, Gilbert, and Sidlowski out there. Wixer, Gruber, Cruz, Rossetti, and Stefka. Woodward now up top. 12 to shoot, 1:21 to play. Gilbert with it now, working on Gruber. Got a ball screen from Sidlowski. Gilbert back to Sidlowski underneath and drew the foul. Pass was just a little late behind Sidlowski, but she was able to gather it in. Got a little deep underneath the basket, but went up with it anyways and was able to draw the foul. Alyssa Cruz, her 4th. Sidlowski at the line for the first time tonight, connects. Big free throw there, makes it a 3-possession game now with 1:12 remaining. And hit them both. Majerus will check in now. She'll come in for Stefka. 10-point Lady Red lead here with 72 seconds to play. On the drive, Cruz leaves it for Gruber, spins in the paint, rejected by Gilbert, picked up by Woodward. Across to Kalis. Kalis now left wing, gives it off to Sidlowski, around to Gilbert, puts it on the floor. Just trying to kill time, under a minute to go here. Woodward back to Kalber, around to Kalis. Back up top to Kalber, 10 to shoot. Again, they've got 2 fouls here should they decide to foul. They'll get it out to Woodward for 3, and that one drops in. Good night, Waukesha, 71-58. Lady Reds up 13 with 38 seconds to play. Woodward with the triple here on the near wing, her first points tonight. 1 for 7 shooting, but a clutch basket here, a 3-pointer with 38 seconds left. Puts the Lady Reds up by 13, 71-58. It's now gone final. The Blue Jays defeat Milliken in Decatur tonight, 92-85. Augustana with a 4-point lead over Wheaton with 20 seconds to go in Rock Island. Vikings may hang one on the Wheaton Thunder tonight. Thunder, that would be their first conference loss and their 4th of the year. Meanwhile, down in Naperville, not looking good for the Redmen. 61-55 North Central with 2 minutes to go in that one. Redmond with the basketball. Kudrowski, a three-point shot that would not go in. Now North Central will walk it up with under 2 to play, leading in that one by a score of 61-55. Pioneers with the ball. 1 timeout remaining. Gruber to trigger the inbound, gets it into Cruz. Back to Gruber, now to Majerus. In the paint with the left hand and scoop and score for Majerus. 29 seconds to go, no panic here. Kelber can dribble it out. Doesn't need to shoot here, you're up by 9, force them to foul. Make them chase. Gilbert now with 19. And the Lady Reds are going to win their 6th straight conference game. And they will improve to 6-2 in the league through the first round of conference play. They could find themselves 1 game out of first place as Gilbert sits on it. Time expires, and this one's in the win column for the Lady Reds tonight. 71-60. Was not pretty, but the Reds got her done here tonight. And Carthage now 12-5 on the season, 6-2 in conference play. Meanwhile, the Pioneers dropped their 4th straight. They're now 2-6 in the league and 7-10 overall. Once again, the final here from the Tarble Arena. Lady Reds 71, the Carroll Pioneers 60. We'll step out, take a 2-minute break. Back with our post-game show, including a visit with head coach Tim Bernero. We'll have that for you following this 2-minute break on AM 1050 WLIP.
Thanks for attending tonight's contest. Your Lady Reds return to Tarble Arena on Saturday, January 26th. As a part of a doubleheader with each club, the Lady Reds tip off at 5 p.m. and your Redmond take the court following at 7 p.m. Good night. Have a safe trip home. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Welcome back to the Tarble Arena, everyone. John Weiser with you. Post-game tonight as the Lady Reds post a 71-60 victory over the Carroll Pioneers. Lady Reds now at 12-5 on the season and 6-2 after the first trip through conference play. They open up the second round of conference play Saturday against Milliken in Decatur. Meanwhile, the Pioneers dropped their fourth straight ball game, I should say. They're now 2-6 in the league and 7-10 overall. But tell you what, this is a gutty team, this Carroll team. They gave the Lady Reds all they could handle and then some. Reds led 32-25 at the half. But Carroll battled back. They cut the deficit down to 7 at the end of the third quarter on 3 free throws by Majerus. Emily Majerus connecting on 3 free throws. She was fouled by Haley R. with less than a second left in the third quarter. That made it a 52-45 ball game to start the fourth. But Maddie Kelber began to heat it up for the Lady Reds as she connected to build the lead back out to 9, 54-45 early in the fourth. Carroll had one more good push. Got it to 6 on a pair of Rossetti free throws with just under 8 minutes to play. It was a 6-point lead. Then the Reds started to go to work. Kelber again on a jump shot, followed up by a 3-point play, I should say, as she was fouled on a short jumper off the left baseline, and her 3-point play built out a 59-50 Carthage advantage. It would remain 9 midway through the quarter before a pair of Sierra Gruber free throws with under 4 minutes left cut the deficit to 5, 61-56. But Kelber again coming back as she did the last 3 times here in this fourth quarter, able to hit another jump shot with 3:40 remaining. That built the lead out to a 3-possession lead of 7 points, 63-56. Bailey Gilbert followed up with a 3-pointer. That built the lead out to 9. And then late here on a 3-pointer by Sammy Woodward with under a minute left. That pretty much shut the door on the Pioneers, built out a 71-58 lead. The Reds go on to win here tonight by a final of 71-60. Taking a look at the scoring here tonight. Lady Reds 25 of 60 tonight, 41%. They were 12 of 25 from the arc, 48%, and 9 for 13 at the free throw line. Meanwhile, the Pioneers in that fourth quarter went 4 for 15 for the game, 20 of 55, 36%. They were 3 for 21 shooting the 3 ball. At one point, they were 1 for 11 in the second half. And they got to the line tonight, 17 of 27, couldn't make their foul shots. That's 10 free throws in a 9-point game that they missed. Or 11-point game, and could have used those, but they weren't able to connect at the line. Reds put 3 players in double figures tonight. Bailey Gilbert with 22 tonight. She had a 3-pointer in the second quarter tonight that put her over the 1,000-point mark in her career. So Bailey Gilbert becoming the 23rd Lady Red player to score 1,000 or more points in her collegiate career. She finished with game-high honors of 22 tonight for the Lady Reds. 7 of 14, 7 of 14 from the field, 6 of 9 shooting the 3 ball, and 2 for 4 at the line. The scoring line tonight for Bailey Gilbert, 22 for the senior out of Sycamore, Illinois. 16 for Maddie Kelber, all of those coming in the second half. Kelber had a rough first half. She missed her first 4 shots tonight, but made them when they needed it, particularly in a stretch midway through the fourth quarter where she went 3 for her last 4, including a 3-pointer. And Kelber finished the game with 16 points. She was 7 of 19 from the field, 1 of 8 at the arc, and 1 for 1 at the line. 11 for Autumn Kalis after a sizzling start in that first half where she hit her first 3 3-pointers. Kalis cooled off, went 4 for 8 for the game and 3 for 5 at the arc, finishing with 11. Rachel Zidlowski with 8 points, 3 points each for Woodward and Gia Marino. Maggie Berrigan off the bench for 7 tonight, and Haley R. finishing with 1 point. Meanwhile, for Carroll tonight, they were led by Sierra Gruber. She had 30 in the loss to North Park on Saturday. She finished with 21 tonight, going 7 of 16 from the field and 7 of 10 from the line. 21 for Gruber to lead the Pioneers. Stefka with 14, 9 for Majerus off the bench, 6 each for Cruz and Rossetti. Schwantes with 4. Whisker played, did not score. Atkins and Hooks also played in the first half and did not score for the Pioneers. Pioneers out-rebound the Lady Reds 42-39. And in the turnover department, Pioneers with 19 turns tonight. That led to 23 Carthage points. Meanwhile, the Lady Reds with 14 turnovers, leading to 17 Carroll points. And your final tonight, 71-60. Reds with their 6th in a row, and joined now by head basketball coach Tim Bernero. And really not the way you wanted to draw this one up, but it got the job done. Let's get out of here and focus on Milliken now tonight.
Yeah, that wasn't our best effort, but we were able to have enough burst of good play to win the game. And it was interesting. I don't know how you predict these things, but I told him, I said, did you realize how less animated I was on Saturday, because we were playing correctly. Forget the fact whether you make 10 threes or 12 threes or whatever. That's what we do. That we make shots like that, but we didn't do a lot of stuff that made sense offensively or defensively, and it got us in trouble. They played really hard, and they kind of drove us out of our offense a little bit, which they shouldn't have been able to. But we were a step slow. I don't know if it was physically, but mentally it felt like we were like, there were reads there that we didn't take, and it was a little disjointed. We were just talking about it too. How many times did we have, the way they were playing it, you got to take the ball to the basket. When we took the ball to the basket, how many times did we throw passes to people that looked like they were getting, like the ball slapped them? Like, oh, what's this? We weren't ready. We could have finished layups there. We could have had 3-point plays there. We could have, we were casual offensively, and Carroll wasn't going to allow that.
And give them credit. They battled you right tooth and nail right to the end tonight. They got it down to a 6-point game midway through the fourth quarter, but it was Maddie Kelber taking the team on her back. She went 3 for 4 in a stretch there, including a 3-point play and a 3-point basket, and took over the ball game and really built the lead back out to some stability, made it a 3-possession ball game at that point, and kind of took the stress out in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you looked up in the middle of the fourth quarter, and it got to a 6-point game, 5-point game, whatever it was, and we needed to just execute what we were doing. And like I said, they pushed us out of stuff. So at that point, we got Maddie the ball, and Maddie was able to get to the rim. I mean, she had one where they blocked the shot, but we needed to do a little more of that, attack the rim. Autumn was getting there, kind of lost her balance, or might have got fouled a couple times. It just didn't. The last step wasn't finished strong enough there. But Maddie made some big plays there, putting the ball in her hands. And then, I was really pleased with those last couple possessions were before the last 30 seconds or so, where we ran the clock down and got it. Bailey drove that ball to the basket and then found somebody, and then we were able to get stuff in a timely fashion those last 2 minutes.
Bailey Gilbert tonight with 22. She got her 1,000 point, hit the 1,000 point mark on what else? A 3-point basket in the first half, and at least get that out of the way, and we congratulate her. I mean, 23 players in the history of women's basketball here at Carthage at 1,000 or more, and that's what your 4th or 5th one that I think you've been part of.
Yeah, I was trying to remember all of them. I'll have to go look in the books to see, but yeah, it's a hard thing to do, because you have to be consistent over 4 years, and that's what she was. It's not something you can do in just 2 or 3 years. You have to keep progressing and doing those things, and she's done that. She kind of kept us going in the first half. I mean, she made some shots when we were in the second quarter when we didn't look so good, and got to the 1,000 point mark there. But we just needed to, she's such a stable player that, in person on top of it, but it's one of those things as a coach, what's coming, what you're going to get out of her. You're getting every ounce of effort, usually with a lot of thought involved and executing what you want her to. And, on top of it, she made 7 3-pointers tonight, so that's obviously a big plus.
She keeps adding to that mark now. 227 made 3-point baskets in her collegiate career. It's what she does away from the ball, that basketball, I should say, that impresses me the most. I mean, she had 3 rebounds tonight. She had a couple of clutch rebounds in that second half. She had 3 steals and an assist tonight. And her line, 22 points, 7 of 14, 6 of 9, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. You can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, and it's funny because in the first half it felt like she was the only one rebounding, and she only had 3. Rachel and Maggie did a good job, especially in the second half, getting a bunch of them. But there was, for me, it's one we got a lot of them, but there was ones we missed that drive you crazy that you should get. You're right there, and that's the difference between getting out rebounded by 3 and probably being 5 or 6 ahead on the other side. So it was, there were some plays that got away from us, but by and large we made not enough plays to, that's the thing we talked about before the game. This is a team that was 2 ahead at Wheaton about a week or two ago that they've got weapons and they're tough and they're learning. They don't know the difference between good and bad in this league yet, so they had thought every right to win the game.
Augustana pulls out the win at home over Wheaton tonight, so Wheaton falls to 7-1 in a first-place tie now with Illinois Wesleyan. So your new standings now, you're just a game out of first, heading into the second round of the conference play starting Saturday at Milliken.
Right now, now we got 2 on the road before we get back home again, and Milliken. I really believe, I talked to the kids a little bit, I believe that Milliken walked out here thinking they should have won the game, and they're going to get it. We'll get them at home. So we've got to have the motivation more than they do. Sometimes the second round, the team that got beat prepares a little harder. They're a little wounded from the fact they didn't win the game, and they're going to go at you here. We've got to make sure that we carry the motivation, because we're, like you said, we're 1 game from the top of the league, halfway through, and you got to get the ones on the road. And, those are, if you can get those 2 on the road, now you come to the last 6, and I think 4 of the 6 are here. So, it's,
including the 2 teams in front of you.
Right.
So you got them on your home floor.
I guess Wheaton and Wesleyan can say the same thing, and maybe Augustana. If we win all the rest of our games, you win the league. Now that's hard. That's going to be a hard task to win 8 more in a row, but we're capable of it. That's the good stuff tonight. We were capable of being as good as anybody around this area. It's just we've got to extend that, and that was a little bit of the frustration, because we did it 40 minutes on Saturday night. We didn't bring all 40 minutes tonight like we needed to.
And that's got to pick that up, because Milliken will be tough at home. You've got a road game at Elmhurst next week on Wednesday before coming back here, where you're 6-1 now on the season here on your home floor.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that you look at it and you're going, Milliken's 1-7. How tough can they be? But they've got a nice plan and a nice weapon. So we've got to take our game on the road and outwork them on some stuff and execute stuff better. And we'll get to look at it tomorrow. It'll be fun to look at it against us. So we'll kind of get a straight up down. This is how they attacked us. This is how we'll attack them, and put a plan together for Saturday afternoon.
Going to be interesting travel for the second weekend in a row. We had the snow going down to Rock Island last week, and now snow expected down in the Milliken area, down in the Decatur area, and actually going to leave a day early to try and beat that weather.
Yeah, I mean, we just, with J-term we can get out at noon or right after classes are over, and we're not going to miss anything that way. Get down there and practice and have a chance to get settled in, and hopefully, win 2 games down there on the trip for both teams, and then make our way back. So it's, we're getting to the nitty-gritty. There's 8 regular season games left, and they always like to say you want to be playing games that matter. We're right in the middle of stuff that matters right now. We got to get our stuff done.
It's interesting, only 2 teams getting votes in the CCIW this week. I'm thinking maybe another win on Saturday. Maybe they start looking Carthage's way here a little bit. I mean, with a regionally ranked victory over Gettysburg, and they've just gone monster on the opponents after they faced you. I think they're only the 2 losses on the year for them. One of them to the Lady Reds out in Las Vegas.
Right, and that's the thing. We kind of put ourselves behind the 8 ball, losing a couple games early. So it's hard if you're not in those rankings. It's hard to get in them from the back. But losing the game in that tournament up at St. Norbert's by a point, and then if we could have a nice, real long string going if we just held that last 5 minutes in Las Vegas against Ohio Northern. But we're 12-5 and happy to be 12-5 right now, and looking forward to the one on Saturday, and well, that's all we can do right now.
Well, enjoy this one. Prep up for Milliken. I'll see you on the bus Friday at noon.
Sounds great.
Right.
Thank you, John.
You bet, Timmy. Thank you. Tim Bernero, head basketball coach for the Carthage Lady Reds, joining me on our postgame. A Lady Red victory tonight, 71-60 over the Carroll Pioneers. Their 6th straight, and they're now 6-1 here at home, 6-2 in conference, 12-5 overall. And we will greet you again Saturday from Milliken. Now that's an early afternoon start. That'll be a 2 p.m. game. 1:45 our broadcast here on 1050 WLIP, and on the audio stream at WLIP.com. Some events coming up here at Carthage, swimming and diving, Carthage and Wheaton in a dual meet here Saturday. And then Wednesday, January 23rd here at the Tarble Arena, Redmond Volleyball, as the LJ Marks and the Redmond team, picked to finish first in the Midwest Volleyball Conference, takes on Aurora, 7 o'clock Wednesday night. You'll be able to see that on the live.carthage.edu schedule. And we'll be back here on Saturday, January 26th for a basketball doubleheader. Lady Reds and Carthage Redmond taking on the Wheaton Thunder. But Saturday we'll be with you starting at 1:45 with a pregame 2 o'clock tip, Lady Reds and Milliken, followed at 4 o'clock by the Redmen and the Big Blue to wrap up the road trip down in Decatur. My thanks tonight to John Voinovich, Mike Love, Mike Murphy, our producers here at Carthage College for the video stream, Jerome Pham and Danielle O'Donohue, Noah Zilligan, and Audra Smith, students here at Carthage College, helping produce our broadcast on the video stream tonight. My big thanks to Scott Delabio back at the WLIP studios, engineering our broadcast in beautiful Pleasant Prairie tonight. Once again, the final score, Carthage 71, Carroll 60. I'm John Weiser, wishing you a very pleasant good evening, and thanks for tuning in to Carthage Athletics, heard exclusively on Kenosha's radio station, AM 1050, WLIP Kenosha. Stay tuned. Jim Bohannon coming your way at 9 o'clock here on 1050 WLIP. Good night, everyone.